Hello, for the fifth week in Ordinary Time, used all three of the readings from Isaiah, 1 Corinthians, and Matthew 5. You know, it's great to hear so much and see so many people talking about immigrants and refugees. That is, talking about them relative to American values, the message of Jesus Christ, message of Christianity, and religion, and not just one religion, but many religions, dealing with refugees and immigrants. And I couldn't help think back in the history of my family. My great-great-grandfather, Gerhard, came over from Ibbenbüren, Germany, in the year 1845. Came over to Baltimore, the port of entry, and moseyed down to the Cincinnati area, the northern Kentucky area on the river there, and settled. The man had 9 children. And one of those, his name was Henry. He was my great-grandfather. And he had kids. Henry was called Butch. Why was he called Butch? Well, because Henry was a butcher. Well, he had kids too, another Henry, and that was my grandpa. And they stayed there, settled there, and that's our family history. Well, the final Henry, I think he was a glazier. I think he worked on some church windows. You know, he was an artist, sort of an artist and a glazier. But at any rate, we're talking about these people who comprise most of us, immigrants, or really the sons and daughters of refugees. When I look at the reading, and it's how I got the idea, I looked at the reading, and it seemed like aspects of all those readings dealt with maybe how we are called to treat immigrants and refugees. 1, share your bread with the hungry. Shelter the hungry and the homeless, immigrants, refugees. Clothe the naked, on this week's reading. Do not turn your back on your own. If you do this, then your light will shine forth. Shine forth in the dawn. Remove from your midst oppression, false accusation, malicious speech, found in Isaiah the prophet. And the just men and women, they are the lights in the darkness, in the psalmist. Even Paul in 1 Corinthians talked about, I came to you in weakness and fear, in much trembling. Do you think immigrants, or do you think refugees come into that new world, you know, with much trembling? So many. They say today in the world, there is estimated at 63 million displaced persons. 63 million. And of those 63 million, 21 million are refugees, fleeing their land because of war or the like. And of those 21 million refugees, 1/2 of them are children. what do we do with all these people? Not just here in this country, but in Germany or in Europe, in Australia, all over we hear in the news. People are dealing with immigrants and refugees. People with faith are dealing. People without any faith are dealing with these people. People with the American values. And I think many are speaking up. Speaking up, what should we do with it? How should we treat them? These readings certainly say, I think, a lot about how we are to treat them. How many people helped my great-great-grandfather Gerhard in the middle 1800s? How many people helped my great-grandfather early on in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area? Or my grandfather and his wife Gertrude, Grandma and Grandpa, as we used to call them, or not call them. Call my grandma Gertrude, or Mom. Everybody has a different name. These people make up our country. These people make up our family histories. And these people we are called to help. At least that's what I think. What do you think about how we're treating immigrants and refugees in the world? And what a big deal it is. Worthwhile thinking about. And often worthwhile doing something about. Have a good day.